The reading for the collective is very different this week. I have used my bones, cowrie shells, feathers, and crystals to interpret what the message for the wider collective is. So listen as I explain. First of all, when I was doing this, I felt guided to specific crystals, which I will name, but I'll explain what the crystal of the week actually is. So for the crystals, we have opal, which I've explained before, helps us to feel divinely connected to the higher realms, so our angels, our guides. Here's malachite, which I haven't introduced yet, but this one is all about love. It's green. This one is lapis lazuli, which I also have mentioned before, and that's to do with our throat chakra, helping us to express our divine truth. And then we have tourmaline, which is all about protection. So I first felt guided actually to lay down this black feather, which represents all of the shadow parts of ourselves, all of the darker layers, all the darker parts of our personality, which we never used to claim, which we used to suppress and put down. Things like feeling like sometimes we can be a bit snappy, a bit judgmental, a bit bossy, how those things are all coming to the surface now because our shadow selves are a part of us, whether we like it or not. And there's a huge purging that's happening towards the end of this year. It's been all about release and shedding. But in this final month of 2025, this is a final purging that's happening. And this is where this is coming to the surface, all of the darker parts of ourselves. But as long as we're grounded in love and divinely connected to our spirit guides, all the loving entities that support us, our ancestors, then we can ensure that this revelation of all the shadow goes smoothly, because we do need to express the darkness. We need to embrace and make space for it. And if we're able to claim it confidently and use it to tailor how we talk in a very authentic way, then as long as we're tuned in and listening attentively, as the cowrie shells represent, then we can be able to express ourselves authentically with love at the center, and we can be divinely protected in this whole process of expressing our truth. The bones also represent the dead, the things within us that we buried so long ago, the emotions, the memories that need to come to the surface. They need to come alive, but don't let their presence make it hard for you to speak your truth, because if you get too sidetracked by past memories, some of them which might be shocking that you haven't looked up for a while, but if you allow yourself to be too tongue-tied by that, it can interrupt the process of your truth coming out smoothly and effectively. So allow these memories to resurface in their own time. Tackle them piece by piece, not all at once. Every memory and every dark part of the past is scattered to be looked at one by one. Take your time and be patient with it, but don't let it interrupt that flow of your authentic truth coming out. For example, it could be that you repress like a childhood memory of your voice being silenced and you having internalized the message that you need to stay small and in the background. That memory is coming to the surface now, but you're able to use that to shape how you actually allow yourself to step into the light and shine brighter than ever before. Just allow this whole process of unearthing the rawness to shape how your truth comes out. This feather represents how the new version that's coming to the surface will allow you to integrate all parts of yourself. It kind of reminds me of the yin yang symbol, in how we need to balance the feminine, the masculine, we need to balance the dark and light within us. And this is more of a fair representation of that, without us feeling pressure to just only show the positive, happy parts of ourselves. So the night will be part of this process, helping us to always stay a pure, cleansed channel so that we're not harboring too much negativity. Everything is in balance. And this feather represents how once this process is complete, we will be able to fully soar and be able to see the beauty within ourselves. And even this ripple effect that happens in the feathers, this is a beautiful integration of everything that has happened. And if we allow ourselves to be present in this moment, show compassion to ourselves, we can allow this whole experience to be beautiful, even if it is challenging and tricky at some times. But allow it to be beautiful. Allow yourself to be present in this process of evolving, because you are evolving. If you hold resistance against it, it becomes difficult, and that's where stagnancy arises. And this leads us to our crystal of the week, which I have brought up before, but this is really important for this week, especially through this whole process that I just talked about. Citrine, which will really help us to tap into our solar plexus. With all of this unearthing of the difficult stuff, we can now use this as an opportunity to really tap into our true power. Really allow yourself to shine, because you have every worthy right to shine fully, take up space. And this is a crystal that helps you to really embody that without holding on to fears of the old past ways of being small, being invisible. No, allow yourself to be in the spotlight. You deserve that.